I am.
Get your bearings and yeah, get yourself hydrated if you can, and all of that before you start heading towards me.
There's nothing to hydrate with around me.
What about in Guglovo?
I might as well just make the run back to you.
Will you make it?
Hopefully, there's enough trees between us, and since I've already come that way, the likelihood of the trees actually having spawned fruit's high.
Let me know when you're where I am. I'm just gonna be on CarX till then. Do some drifts and skids. I think more people watch my DayZ streams because like I have had fuck all people watching my CarX ones, but I've had at one point on my DayZ ones like 15, 20 people watching at once, and I was just like, oh, holy shit.
DayZ's popping right now.
Bro. Even before the update, like every session just about would be like a, 5-6 people minimum check-in just to say hello.
I think I'm here.
You sure?
Let me verify. I'll verify with a sign first.
Yeah, before I come jumping off this. So I was gonna say that's fucking quick from being at Guglovo, like, goddamn.
Nope, I'm at Guglovo.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Don't get yourself all turned around there, man.
Well, hold on, what's way in my fucking head? And that means that I've already passed Guglovo then, because I'm coming back. Yeah, I'm heading south.
Let's give this thing a whip around the track. Actually, I think I want to make its tires different color.
Cool, that means I can fill up on... Ooh, I don't like that.
Paint.
The grass, all the grass just unrendered and then re-rendered.
That means someone's building shit nearby. We all know that.
Yep, it's doing it constantly. It's like flickering in and out. And I've never had that happen before. Like I'm running on an SSD, which usually makes the game run faster, so you don't have those kind of hiccups.
Hmm.
Oh,
that's $140,000 to do that. The fuck? How? That's all expensive.
I'm fucking dead? I instantly fucking died, bro.
How?
Instantly. Zombie hit me, died instantly. That's fucking horseshit. See where I spawn in at. I'll make my way there.
Yeah, try and get yourself a good spawn. If you don't, just jump off a building or whatever. Do what you gotta do.
Huh? What happened? I'm not far. I'm down at... I'm at a Crew Toy Cap or whatever the fuck it's called. Lighthouse down the bottom right corner of the map.
That's where this character I've got first started out at. No, I'm gonna smack that wall. That's good spoilers, so.
Yeah, I realize with racing games, you gotta find one, you get used to it, and then stick with it.
Hmm.
They all got their own feel. Like, to be honest, in my opinion, the best feeling racing game as far as like using the steering wheel and it feeling like driving a real car is probably Dirt. The Dirt 2.0.
Yeah. Dirt and Assetto Corsa was pretty good with the wheel. Gran Turismo was alright, but it's all track.
It's got the rally side now, but I got GT7. That's the one I usually play.
Oh yeah.
But that's because Dirt 2.0 is on my subscription, and my subscription ran out, so I couldn't play it anymore.
Fair enough.
Don't you know I play Bethesda games? These walls can never hold me. As I fall to my death and break my leg simultaneously. Like, you fool!
Fucking Scarface.
Okay, I know exactly where I'm at.
Exactly, dude. It does not sound like a Skyline because it's CarX. It's sounding more like a fucking touring car, bro. But it's because, you know what it is? It's the motor I put in it. It's got a touring motor in it, like a racing motor in it. If you eat the Skyline stock in this game, it does not sound like this. It sounds like the Skyline. Put weird motors in cars that wouldn't fit in there. That's why I said it's CarX.
Yeah, it sounds like a
you can do the same on Need for Speed. You can drop engines into cars that wouldn't actually fit in the car in real life. Make the car OP. Like Need for Speed Heat. You can do it in that, yeah. It's weird. Drive the Chaser, now the Chaser doesn't really sound like the Chaser on this either.
Oh, alright, I'm pushing inland. I'm not fucking around with this shit.
So I'll drive the Evo first. It's funny, the Evo does not sound like the Evo. They kind of do when they rev up at the start, but like that, when the real cast down goes away.
Yeah, they lose their sounds once the RPM starts getting to less realistic levels. Once you start working the car up to where it's twisted.
it. At 5. All my friends are going, oh, it's free on on iPhone and all that. I like played it on iPhone. I'm like, dude, do you know how easy it is to drift on the iPhone? It's so shitty. It was a phone game first. It's crap on phone. Like the physics are so shit on phone. You can drift.
Yeah, it just uses the
What you can drift one-handed, yeah. Like I was drifting one-handed, because you have to just press your thumb on the accelerator and just, you know, lean it into
like
the corners.
I mean, that is the cool thing
It's
about
easy.
PlayStation though, is like Gran Turismo. You can do that with the steering.
Yeah.
You can use the remote the 6-axis as your
Yeah.
steering wheel, so you just hold the controller up and tilt it.
Yeah, my daughter was doing that to play fucking Gran Turismo the other day, because she doesn't know how to use the stick to fucking steer. She's
Yeah,
like
to
crashing
steer.
into walls and shit. Trying to teach her how to drive on games. So.
Like, how do I go straight then? So you just don't hit anything. But I don't know how to do that.
Because I saw she was tilting the controller, and I said to her, you can't do that in certain games. It's only like, you know, this game that I'll put that on, because we're trying to play Hot Wheels, and she's crashing into every corner. It's like, yeah, I don't think this game has the 6-axis, so I'll put on Gran Turismo instead. Which is funny because she prefers that because it's like realistic cars. Actually, the Sora actually does kind of sound like the Sora. Damn, they've done a good job with this. They've driven a real Sora in real life. You have Toyota Soras over there, don't you? I'm pretty sure they are Toyota Soras in America still. Not Sora, Chaser, sorry. This is the Chaser. No. I'll send a few screenshots into the group. You do have them there, I know you have them there because my cousin had his imported from over there when he moved here. Nah, his is still Chaser. I mean, he might have had his rebadged, mind you. He's the type to do that. It's the JZX 100. That's what you guys would call the chaser.
The JZ?
The
Where's the
JZX
JZ at?
100 Toyota.
That doesn't even sound familiar.
It's similar to the Cressida or Cresta.
Oh, that's a cool one. The Cressida, yeah, the Cressida. Yeah, the Cressida would have been what we had.
It's a
Toyota
four.
Cressida.
It's a mid-size four-door,
Square body
square
Corolla, or
body.
square body Toyota.
Yeah, that's got a V8 engine though. They're cool as fuck, bro. Like I'd love to own one.
Oh, no, you know what that is over here?
What?
That's not even a Toyota, it's a Lexus.
Yeah, Lexus do them here too. We
That's the
have two more.
IS. That's an IS 300. Comes with the 2JZ in it. That's what you meant by, like, when you say JZ, we call it the, well, we have a JZ, JZ1 and JZ2. The JZ1 is the 2.5 liter, the JZ2 is the 3 liter. That's the super motor. Or 2JZ, not JZ2.
No, here I'll show you in the group. This is pictures because this is what we have here, and we call it. Yeah, you can get that in this as well. Chaser has pretty sure V10s as well.
Yeah, I can't
I'm
remember
pretty
what
sure the
it's
normal
a
one's
GS,
V8.
it's a GS. It's a GS 1000 or something like that here. Yeah, that's the GS series. The GS series is more like the mid-size, or like the full-size version of the IS. The
Yeah,
one,
see over here, that's like a Nissan Maxima, almost looking like a car.
yeah, it's a GS 300. Yeah, it's the GS 300, and ours has got like the double bubble headlights instead of the solid headlight.
Hmm.
Or at least the newer body style that is like the dual headlight unit instead of the big single. Yeah, the Lexus GS 300, they have the V10 option.
Hmm.
The IS was like the mid-size, compact mid-size, and then the GS was like the mid-size, the full-size. Dude, that dog barks at fucking everything. Fucking annoying. I'm almost there.
It's funny, my friend's dog fucking was always barking at everything, so every time the dog barked at something, like they had like this little fucking freezer chest. They had all these fucking, like, I think it was ham legs or whatever. They would throw a ham leg outside and fucking just let the dog gnaw on that. It would ignore anything, bro. It wouldn't give a fuck. That if there was someone burgling the house, like, yeah, you know, like,
Leave,
like,
me and my bone alone.
yeah, it worked brilliant, but the dog started getting fat. Because of how much it barked, the dog fucking worked out that every time it barked, it could get a fucking ham bone. Fucking cunt, you know what I mean?
He's like barking and look at you like, well,
It's like bark
what
at
you gonna
nothing,
do
dude.
about it?
Like, someone would open a door in the house, like that someone they know, the dog would like start barking off its head, like there's a fucking intruder. Just chuck a bit of ham outside, he'll be alright. Like, he'll shut the fuck up for half an hour. Sometimes I'd give him so much that he would go and have like a fucking food nap after, like, so he would be quiet for like a good 2-3 hours, come out the room and like start barking at shit again, like, because he's fucking hungry,
Like,
like.
yeah, half asleep, like a half-ass, half-ass bark.
But yeah, that because like they lived in kind of like a complex kind of thing, so they had people living above them and like side by side. They lived on the bottom, and they had because they lived on the bottom, they had the privilege of having like a kind of like a courtyard kind of thing. So they had a dog, because like no one else was allowed to have a dog, because like they were the only ones that had a dog, and you know, like everyone that lived down the bottom only had the privilege of having like animals, 'cause, you know, you had that outside bit. Yeah, the neighbors up top would always complain, or they would fucking. There was one time they tried to fucking poison his dog. He reckons he went outside and fucking saw some rotten meat out there, like as if the dog would eat that. The dog just fucking. He took the dog out there, and the dog just fucking took one sniff of it, dude. Put his nose up, like. He's not gonna eat. He's not gonna eat shit like that. His dog's fucking real smart, bro. Like,
Right, yeah,
German
dogs aren't
Shepherd.
dumb. They ain't gonna
German.
eat something. They know
He's a
what's gonna
German
make 'em
Shepherd. Like
sick.
the funny thing is too, because his dad's a cop. His dog, well, he's the family dog is an ex-sniffer dog, bro. So you know, like it used to sniff out drugs and shit like that. The dog's probably like fucking 10 years old, something like that. So it's done it.
Right,
It's
he's been
done.
around
It's
too
done its
long to
duty,
fall for
bro.
that
Like
dumb shit. Yeah.
they phase the dogs out when they get to about 8, I think.
So,
So.
yeah, something like that.
But yeah, the dog's not fucking stupid, man. He knew something was up, because he even did the fucking. My friend told me he even did the sit down thing right next to the meat, because there was like drugs in the meat as well. Like someone put something in the meat that would kill the dog if the dog ate it, like it would make the dog overdose or something like that.
That's fucking crazy,
But
bro.
yeah, my friend said that. My friend said the meat looked rotten and shit, but yeah, he made a complaint to the. I took a photo and like made a complaint to the building manager, and the building manager yeah. It's funny, the
Like,
building manager. The building manager put, what do you call it, like a sail, like one of those shade sails over the second story, like just above his head pretty much. So if anyone threw anything down, it wouldn't land in their yard. It would just bounce off and either stay on the shade sail or bounce off and land in the little what do you call it, car park that was behind their fence.
Canopy had like
Yeah, like a little canopy, yeah. So nothing could be dropped down there. Like, the building manager was real nice. Like, to do something like that just for them, essentially, you know what I mean? Like, I think they offered to put money into it, and for it to happen and all that. That's how, I'm pretty sure, how it happened. Like, they had to sit down with the building manager, I know that much, and discuss what could be done, because if their dog gets poisoned, the dad's gonna go up there and fucking skin them, because that's his old partner, you know what I mean? Like, he served with him.
Right.
That dog's technically a cop.
I was saying, in the States, that's a
It's
cop.
the same here. You punch a dog or hurt a cop dog here, you get charged with assaulting a police officer. It's actually more than what you would get for assaulting a deputy or something. It's like it's the same as assault. It's the same as assaulting a sergeant, I've been told here.
Oh, was thinking more along the lines of they can compound it too, to where like,
Oh, it's animal
not only
cruelty.
do you get
That's
assaulting,
that too.
yeah, you get animal cruelty, assaulting
But
a
like
police officer.
assaulting like a deputy or like a constable here, because we don't have deputies. That's like constable's our equivalent. You get 6 months
Yeah,
minimum for that, depending on how bad the assault is. If it's just like punching them, or I think there's even verbal assault, like calling them out, like if it's like racial or like
yeah.
they like physical verbal assault, like you're a
Yeah,
fat
we have
faggot, like
constables too.
something like that. Okay, I didn't
We
know
have
that. We don't
constables,
have
but
deputies.
I was gonna say,
It's
but our
just
constables are different.
it's just uniformed officer. You have no chevrons, and your constable you have one. Then you like I think there's one more up from that, and then I can't remember what it's called. But then there's sergeant after that.
Yeah, our constables like,
Might be
I don't want to.
lieutenant after constable.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't want to
No,
like make
that's
it sound
army ranks.
insulting. Like, yeah, like constable here is more like a like a paper pusher essentially. Constables tend to be like, they're like the off-duty cops, but they're not off-duty. They're usually the guys that are like making sure people are getting to their court cases and shit. Like if you ain't got a ride and you have a court case,
No, they don't
usually
do that here.
if your local
They're going
police
around
force
busting
works
people.
with you, yeah. Oh, they can arrest you.
They're your
But
patrol
like you don't just
officers,
see,
the
yeah, I'd say
constables.
usually don't, yeah, I'd say constables don't generally just patrol around though.
Yeah, they do here.
They're usually out doing something if they're out and about. But yeah, if you come into a come
Well,
across a constable in
not
the
just
States,
constables. Like, it's probably just my luck. I've ran into so many constables that have, arrested me
yeah,
over the time when I was a juvenile. But I have seen more, what do you call it? Just uniformed officers with no chevrons patrolling than constables. Like you kind of are right with that. They are always doing something, but like maybe when they've finished with what
oh
they're
yeah,
doing, they've just happened to pull me up, or they've been
right,
called out.
yeah,
They've been called out to what I've been up to, because my case, or not my case, but
like non-criminal or non,
what I've been doing is more than what what do you call it? Uniformed officer might be trained to handle.
uh,
I used to hang out with people that would, carry guns and shit like that. So they're not gonna call out a uniformed
high
officer to
risk,
go
yeah,
check out someone like me that might be in a house with 5 people that are carrying. They never worry
right,
about me myself, because I told them, I was straight up with them. Yes, I've carried guns before, but not on the street. Only on friends' properties when I've gone shooting. I don't like shooting at people. I don't like being shot at. I'd rather fight with someone with my hands.
right.
Like whenever I see someone on the street, if they've got a problem, I'll be like straight up, "Where's them hands at, boy? Where them hands? Show me them hands. You got a knife? Fucking put it on the ground. Show me them hands."
Yeah, I would say it's sad the world's the way it is today, man. At least in the States, it used to be more like that. We can if we can't talk it out, then that's what fists are for. But
There,
nowadays, it's just I'm not
here,
sticking around for all that. I'm just gonna shoot you and
we don't
fucking
really
go
get
on
that
about my
here.
day.
Someone's more likely to stab you here in Australia. Like they'll stab you or cut you with a box cutter or something like that. Which
Yeah.
I know how to handle someone with a knife. That doesn't really concern me too much. But yeah, but
I can.
long, long arms aren't really prevalent here. It's pistols, and a lot of the pistols that you come up against are 22s.
Yeah.
So, 22 doesn't really concern me too much, because I know it's only got an accuracy of so much range, and because like there's a lot of fucking what do you call it? Like urban sort of areas. If anyone's gonna pull a gun on you, you could easily just run around a corner and escape them.
Yeah.
It's not so open like in America, where like America's huge country. Like someone could fucking, you could be shot at just on the
Dude.
highway, dude. Like we don't have that sort of shit here. People aren't
Oh
gonna
my
fucking
God.
pull out a
I'm
gun
in
and start
Cami.
shooting your car up or whatever. You're at Cami.
Yeah, I'm in Cami. Well, at least I know where a bunch of fruit trees are.
But no, one of my friends, right? Because this is the only case I've ever heard of it. Someone ever trying to shoot someone else, well, in a moving car. One of my friends, he pulled up at some traffic lights. This was years back. He's probably in his 40s now, but this happened to him when he was 30. Before I knew him, him and his mates pulled up a set of traffic lights down south somewhere. I think he said, and someone waved the pistol. Like another car pulled up next to him, and someone waved the pistol at him, and he thought it was fake because just looked like a like a fucking toy Luger. Okay, the Lugers, the fucking 22 Lugers.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy pulled out one of them and he rolled down the window and started tapping on my friend's window on the driver's side. Like this dude was in the passenger side trying to fuck with him, and my friend rolled down his window and he's like, "What the fuck do you want? You're not gonna get my attention with that water pistol." And the dude then let off a round into the air, dude, and it was fucking obviously, real. So my mate fucking my mate sped off through the red lights, and this car started chasing them, right? And they were probably like 10-15 meters behind, and my mate's in a fucking SUV, and he said there was a, what do you call it, his back window was getting shot at, but nothing was passing through. Like it didn't shatter it, but when you shoot glass or hit glass, it spiders it. It did that. He reckons he heard the bullets ricocheting off. Four or five of them hit the back window in different areas. So he's like, lucky we only have really dickheads with 22s in Australia, because if it was a 9mm or something bigger, I would have been dead because the bullets would have had the velocity to go through.
Oh yeah.
The car was traveling too fast for the bullets to penetrate, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
If he was going like maybe 20-30 kilometers, the bullets would have easily gone through the glass, because he was already like, by the time he pulled off from the lights, and he's in a freaking Range Rover fucking V8, whatever, those things can get from 0 to 100 in like fucking 4 or 5 seconds, bro. The way he had it tuned, he was doing like 180, he said, when he was getting shot at. So he's doing good speed to, avoid those bullets going through the fucking window.
Oh yeah.
Because there was no fucking bullets pass through when he managed to escape them and get back home, and he checked his car and shit. No bullets had passed through. There was no fucking holes in the what do you call it, the interior in the back. So he's like, what the fuck, like.
Oh.
It must have been some really there's two different 22 rounds, isn't there? There's the fucking LR and there's short. Yeah, the guy would have had short. Because he's like, yeah, if the dude had longs, I would have been dead.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say longs will pass through, but like the thing with 22, especially longs, is they have like a high twist speed usually.
Yeah, so they'll pass through things easier.
Yeah, like they don't deal with angles very well. They tend to ricochet very easily. So yeah, if you don't hit a target that's like super flat, it's very easy.
Oh, this dude would have been shooting him flat. He would have been shooting him flat. Maybe a slight angle, because like he said, the car that was shooting at him.
Glass, yeah, the angle of the glass, but at the back glass on a Range Rover's flat, so yeah.
Not on his. He had one of the newer ones. Like not the boxy ones. The freaking bubble looking ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had that one, but nah, he reckons also as well. I reckon you're right about the angle, because they were shooting from a lower car.
Yeah. So
his car was unnaturally raised as well. He had a $15,000-$20,000 lift kit on it, bro. Like it was up like fucking at least a good 10 inches more than stock, maybe 15.
Damn, son.
Like you could crawl under it. You could fit your head in between the wheel well and the body. He had big thick tires on it too, so if the dude shot at his tires, I don't think they would have popped his tires. He wasn't worrying about that, because he had the big fucking off-road runners.
Yeah.
With the fucking almost like monster truck, like fucking tread on it, dude. Like, yeah, it's crazy shit. Yeah. Well, because he loved to fucking hit the off-road trails. So yeah. you need things that big tires. If you get a nail or something, it won't fucking pop your tire.
Something's got bite, get
Yeah,
traction, and
that
also
too. Yeah, because he would
it
go up.
won't get
He
sliced up.
he would go up like fucking almost like wall faces with this thing, dude. Like it's fucking crazy. He took me in the car one time. We went up. Not I wouldn't call it vertical, but like it was damn near vertical. It was vertical
I was
enough for
gonna
me.
say, yeah.
The car felt
When
like it
you're
was
in a
gonna tip.
car, right? When you're in a car, it's a whole different animal. You could be looking at it from the outside, going, "Oh, you get that thing ain't nowhere near tipping over." You're like, "Oh yeah, okay, come and sit in this motherfucker." You won't feel the same. You'll swear this bitch is on its ass right now.
But yeah, no, he's got a lot of weight put onto the front with the bull bar especially, but the bull bar that he had mounted on has got a weight add on to it in the actual bar itself,
Hmm.
like a titanium
Keep,
bar or something
yeah,
underneath it. So like if he stalls on a wall, he said, "Don't worry about us tipping backwards because I'll just go on the
it's that
brakes and
nose. Yeah, got a bunch
yeah,
of weight on the nose.
we're front heavy." Put it that way. He said,
Right,
Only worry if we come down a hill and I stop suddenly, or we dig
right.
into
You get
something
that.
because we'll tip, we'll go forwards."
Yeah, the weight transfer.
Mm-hmm. Because the front, it's like, I think he said 70% of the weight of the car's on the front, like the way it's balanced.
Yeah.
So
Most
it's,
of them
yeah.
are front heavy, just because they'll, front engine,
Oh yeah, the
rear wheel
engine
drive.
too, yeah.
Most of your weight will be up front. It's very like usually you're dealing with a performance vehicle if you got something that's like from the factory, got a perfect 50-50 balance, and it's very unlikely that it's a
It was a
front engine
60-40
vehicle.
balance when they measured it up, weighed out the car. That's why he needed
But then added the
the
bull
bar
bar,
on the
yeah.
front, yeah. Because
So you want a little
the
more,
bull bar he's got on's hollow core, not what do you call it? Like
solid.
solid steel. Because the solid steel ones are just they're too expensive.
Oh yeah, and they're super heavy. Then you start really wearing out on fucking suspension parts. Start going
Yeah, it
out real
was. I think it was
fast on you.
a fuel economy as well. It's why the titanium add-on came cheaper and easier on everything else on the car. To be honest, like, 'cause it's not as much as how much as solid steel one weighs, but it's like probably 300-400 kilos off.
That still ain't no joke.
I think his whole entire bull bar would weigh close to freaking 400-500 kilos, just about. Like one man
For a
can't pick it
half
up.
ton.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Well, it's a big fucking car, right? With all the
Well,
tie
yeah, I'd say
add-ons
the
and
car
everything he's put
itself's
on.
like, yeah,
It's like a fucking
2,500 kilo.
yeah. I was gonna say it's a 3-ton car, easily.
So yeah, them things,
Because
yeah,
he's
easily
got performance.
anywhere
He's
from
got
6 to eight
performance.
thousand pounds.
The first thing he did was motor performance. So there's engine add-ons. He added a snorkel to it. Snorkels weigh probably a couple of like 100 kilos, the good ones. And then everything else that he added on, like the suspension and all that shit. Freaking all the storage shit that he keeps in the back, like all the camping stuff. That's extra added weight. So yeah, the whole car itself with his add-ons is probably like 3.5 tons to be honest. 3,500 kilos. Easily.
Oh, making my way downtown.
But the only guns I've ever been threatened with, and like I didn't really take it seriously. I didn't really take it seriously anyway because I've always always had backup. So it's just like, if you really want some, I'll just make a phone call. Or if you do happen to kill me, you're gonna have to deal with a whole bunch of shit coming down your head. So it's like my problems just end and yours just begin, buddy. Think about it.
Right.
And no one's ever pulled the trigger. So the only things I've ever been threatened with was a sawed-off double barrel, a 410, and a chamber. What do you call it? A chambered Glock. Dude had no clip for it. that one was funny. It's like, dude, if you're gonna threaten me with something, at least threaten me with something that's got a clip in it, because if you miss that one round, I'm gonna take that off you and beat your ass to death with it.
Right. Better hope you hit something pretty fucking vital.
It's funny, the dude's just like, yeah, to be honest, if like I don't kill you, I'm probably like gonna be fucked anyway, like,
Yeah, you
because
better
like,
start hitting me with
because
that motherfucker
the dude,
immediately afterwards.
the dude knew that I can get a little bit schizo, bro, especially if like I see my own blood. He's seen me fight before, the dude that pulled the gun on me. He's seen me get stabbed when I was like 14, I think, 15. I got stabbed at this party with a screwdriver, and I didn't even realize that the dude actually like got me pretty bad until like I stopped chasing him through the back streets, dude. Like this guy was like yelling and screaming, like basically like he was like wanting his mummy, bro.
Yeah, like get him, he's fucking crazy. Like,
Yeah,
dude, you stabbed
bro.
me and I'm the fucking crazy one. Okay, let me show you fucking crazy, motherfucker.
Like, you know, like in the Terminator movies, like when the Terminator gets hurt or
Yeah,
whatever, and
like
he's like,
fucking, just like rips the fucking thing out of his
just looks at
forearm,
the
like,
wound, just looks at the wound, then just looks at the fucking enemy and doesn't even bother ripping it out sometimes, and just fucking keeps walking after him. Like, I was basically like that, dude. I was walking down, or not walking down the street, but jogging down the street after this cunt, but because like I was maybe like a foot or so bigger than this cunt, because this dude was only like 4'10" or something like that. I'm 5'9", so yeah, maybe like a full foot over him just about. And like, because my stride's bigger than his, I'm basically just jogging down the street after this dude. This dude's like full running. Have you ever seen
right.
Friday with Ice Cube?
Yeah.
You know when the little
I know.
dude, fucking smashes the guy's window and he's like chasing him down the street, bro, kind of like that.
Uh-huh.
It's kind of like the opposite. And the big guy's chasing the little guy down the street. He's running like that, bro, like fucking hopping up and down, like trying to escape me and shit,
Yeah,
dude.
you
But
see, and then you're like, boom,
yeah,
boom, boom,
yeah, pretty
boom,
much. It was
boom.
like
Just
one of
like
my
long fucking
one of my
stretches.
friends a few weeks later after I got out of hospital and shit. He's like, dude, you should have seen yourself like jogging after this guy. It was like fucking Friday the 13th. Like someone pissed Jason off, and like he's seen when like Friday the 13th, his strides compared to other people's, like it's
Yeah,
crazy,
they're
dude. Like they're like
like it's
running
a
and they're like he's
snapback
just
foot.
walking, dude. Like
He's
it
walking. He's
was like
somehow
that.
always just 10 feet behind him.
And then yeah, fucking this guy ends up
Hope you don't trip, bitch.
this guy ends up running into the park down the road, and like there's like the shrubs, the street reeds and stuff like that, and shrub and all of that. And I've lost him in there, bro. He's fucking gone into the dam in this fucking like park and shat it in there, dude. Like hid in the fucking dam, because like someone told me a couple of days later they seen him like an hour or so afterwards, after I left the fucking park and got taken by the ambulance. They seen him covered in duck shit from like fucking head to toe, dude. Like he was hiding in pond water from me.
God damn.
Because I thought I heard splashing when I was walking through the park, but I was like, nah, this cunt can't have gone in the water. That's shit. That's fucking
Gnarly,
shit water,
right.
dude. Like, I've seen that water, like, fucking a few days before. It was, like, had moss and all crap on top, you know?
Right, you know he got out of the motherfuckers stinking.
Yeah, so I was like, well, fucking, if he really did go in there, that's punishment enough, I suppose. Like, fucking hope he drowned in there, you son of a bitch. Cause like if I could have found where he was in there, I probably would have thrown a rock or something at his head, hoping it would knock him out. Like fuck you, you cunt! Like you just stabbed me in the fucking left side. Do you not realize the left side's where all the fucking vitals are? You fucking piece of shit! Like you should have stabbed me on the right side. I wouldn't have got so angry about it. Like I would have been like, dude, yeah, you stabbed me, but I'll catch you up in a week or two when I get out of hospital and beat the piss out of you. But this dude, I wanted to kill him. It's like he really tried to kill me. Like he knew where he was stabbing too. Like the dude was trying to like stab under my like up and under my rib cage to get to my heart.
That's fucking crazy.
The implement wasn't long enough. It was like one of those fucking it would have been maybe 10 centimeter fucking Phillips head screwdriver. All of it went in.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
That felt lovely.
I didn't feel it going in. I felt it coming out. Tell you that. Still wear the mark from it to this day too. But no, the fucking nurse, she said because it's a screwdriver, she's like lucky the stab had enough power behind it that it didn't like rip your skin. It just fucking tore straight through it.
Yeah,
And that he stabbed in an upwards motion too, because if he didn't, it would have gone through my body. So that would have been gnarly. I would have like had some serious bleeding, but like because it was just like a one puncture instead of like an in and out kind of like wound,
yeah.
it was easier for them to just like patch me up, make sure I wasn't infected or anything. He didn't hit any vitals. I had a what do you call it, a CT scan as well. Yeah. Apparently all he did was move a few of my organs around. He didn't stab anything.
That's crazy.
Just push some of my intestines to the side, dude. So I was just like, oh, okay. Like when I, got my CT results back and found out all that, I was like, yeah, the dude didn't cause any internal damage. I was just like, I'll just let one of my other mates bash him.
Right there.
Which is what I did. Like one of my other mates caught up with him a couple of weeks later and flogged the piss out of him at the bus stops in front of all his girlfriends.
Where the fuck am I at? Three-way dirt road.
When I say girlfriends, I mean all his fucking boys that he calls fucking mates. Well, because not one of them fucking stood in, bro. Just one of my... It was one of my mates, not even a group. One of my mates walked up to fucking him, and then he said there was a bunch of fucking 20-year-olds, he reckons, because, like, fucking my mate would have been 15, 16. The 20-year-olds should have beaten the shit out of him, if they were true mates. They were bigger than him, too. A couple of them were, like, tattered dudes. But apparently they were just sitting back, like, smirking. One of them was even laughing about it, dude. That, like, my friend was beating the piss out of him for stabbing me.
Hey.
Could have been one of those fair enough incidents, like, we're not going to step into this because this dude's going psycho. This dude's going psycho about his mate getting stabbed. I don't think one of us want to get stabbed as well over this, like... Because that's what it would have been, dude. Because my mate would have gone down there with a knife, prepared to stab anyone that would have stepped in for him. Like, have you ever been stabbed, cunt? You don't know what it feels like? Here.
Right. Said you all seem to be having a good day, and I think you might want to stay there if you'd like to keep it that way.
Pretty much.
We're all having a good time. We can keep having a good time. Just let me fuck this dude up real quick.
But yeah, no. As soon as I recovered from that incident, one of my other mates pretty much forced me to do Muay Thai with him. He's like, dude, like, I thought you were gonna fucking die that night, man. You went so white in the face. I was like, dude, I didn't even lose that much blood. I was just in shock, dude. That cunt actually fucking got me. He was talking shit all night. I didn't think he was actually gonna fucking do it though, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
He just got too drunk and got too ballsy.
It's easy to shoot somebody, but stabbing somebody's a little different. You gotta look the person pretty much in the eye to stab somebody.
Oh, he didn't. He ran at me, dude, and freaking got me while I was talking to someone. Because he's a small cunt, dude. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like a good foot taller than him. Like 4'10" is what his height was. I'm 5'9", so that's, yeah, pretty much a full foot taller than them. And the way that he did it, like, he kind of like ran, well, not ran past, but like swiftly, like, what do you call, not power walking, but quickly walking, like briskly walking, that's the word, like a brisk walk. He kind of did that and came up to me and like stabbed upwards and kept walking by.
Yeah.
Kind of like fucking Hannibal Lecter when he, I don't know if you've seen the one where he stabs the dude in the nuts.
Yeah.
I thought he done that to me, dude. At first, I was like, oh no, this dude has not fucking stabbed me in the fucking nut sack, has he? Like, Because dude, if he had done that,
No.
I would have found him, man. And I would have fucking killed him on the spot. Would have strangled him to death, bro. Like that's one place you do not go for in a fight. I've never kicked someone in the nuts unless fucking, you know, they're that bigger than me and they need to be dropped down.
Right, right.
That's
But
the
look,
only way I'm gonna bring them
I'm
down.
due for an ass whooping, and this guy's ready to deliver it. Let me not take this ass whooping real quick.
Hey.
Flop, flop, flop. And
I've only...
if I've ever hit somebody in the nuts, I admit it was my lowest point. But I'll tell you what, that motherfucker had it coming.
Yeah, I've used it once, and that's because this fucking big fat sweaty fucker thought he could fucking fight someone that was half his height. And he thought just because I've got some muscle on me that I wanted to have a go. Like I came into this club wearing a tank top, and he's like, "Oh, Mr. Muscle Man, eh? You want to fucking punch on with cunts all the time when you want to show your muscles off to everyone." I was like, "Shut the fuck up and go back to the bar and have your drink, cunt. Otherwise, I will fucking drop you here in front of all your boyfriends." And his friends just did the typical ooh thing, and like
Yeah.
I sat down to have a drink, and fucking him and I are staring at each other across the bar, dude. Next minute, because like him and his boys are fucking in his ear, dude, like you know, all that shit, like fucking winding him up and stuff. Like I knew it was on, bro. He's fucking thrown his glass down onto the bar, like smashed it, bro. Fucking ripped the fucking bar stool across the fucking room, dude. Like nearly hit some fucking chick as well, like knocked her out as he's done that. And fucking came running over to me, dude, and I've just fucking gone, fuck this, because I'd done Muay Thai for like, since I told you that incident where I got stabbed. This was my first or second week of like being legal drinking age. I went out to, like I said, a club in town, and I just did a fucking teep kick straight to his nuts, dropped him. Everyone around just fucking like looked, bro, like, did you really just kick him in the nuts? It's just like, yeah, you can see how much bigger he is than me.
Right, like,
I'm 5'9". This I'm 5'9". This dude, I'm 5'9". This dude's like fucking 6'5", nearly pushing 6'7". Like fucking. I seen him walking through.
This is not a competition. This is the real world. This is life and death.
I seen him walk back from the bathroom at one point, like, cause I was trying to measure up his height against things. Because I was like, I know I'm gonna have to fight this dude at some point tonight. But I didn't realize it. Didn't expect it to come up so quickly. Like I thought it was gonna be like one of those, you know, when they're closing the bar or whatever. He'll be outside having a smoke, and I'll walk out and I'll just have to fucking say something to the cunt. You know what I mean? Like it'll be one of them. But like. No, when he went to the bathroom, I tried to, like, yeah, measure up his height, because, like, when he was sitting down, like, he didn't look so big. He just looked like a fat cunt. You know, man boobs and all that. And then when he went to the fucking toilet, dude, he was like, yeah, it's like, fucking, his head was, like, the, door frame height. That's when I was like, yeah,
the boy
holy
found
shit.
a medium 10 out in the woods.
Nice. But that's why I was like, yeah, this dude's a big fucking dude. Like, I don't think I'd be able, if I wanted to kick, I don't think I'd fairly be able to even reach his face, bro. I think that's why no one really freaking fought me after I kicked him in the nuts, because it's like, fair enough, I can't kick that high, I'm only 5'9". The tallest person I've ever kicked in the face, they're about 6'3", 6'4", nearly. I can't kick up to 6'5", 6'7", that's cheating. I'm not Anderson Silva.
Right.
I'm not Lyoto Machida. He's my height and he can do that. I think he's tall. I think he's actually a bit taller than me. He's like 5'10", 5'11". But even still, he's like, I don't think he's in the 6 foot range and he can kick up that high, bro. Like, it's crazy. That's that karate though, I think, that he does.
Yeah.
But Anderson Silva, he's 6'3", I'm pretty sure. So he's just he's just got those lanky legs, bro. I love his teep kick though. His teep kick knocks people out pretty much every time. That's that front kick he does, where he puts his old foot into their face, like, here, smell my foot, cunt.
Yeah, front kick, the old classic front kick.
We call it a teep kick in Muay Thai.
Not to be confused with the crane kick, which is like a jumping switch kick.
Yeah, I do that one as well. I've used the crane kick a few times in fights. Successfully too. It's funny, one fight that I pulled it out in, one guy kind of like mocked me. He was like, "Oh," at that, and I was just like, "Really, you want to do that?" And then because
Right,
he was expecting me to come up with the opposite foot that's up. You know how the crane kick, you got one up and then you switch to the other and kick, like you said, a switch kick. Instead of doing that, I just rose my right leg a little bit higher and did kind of like a flick kick and got him in the mouth with my heel, bro, and knocked out 2 of his teeth.
Damn, son.
I'm a smart ass in fights. I like to trick people if I can. I'll make it look like I'm about to go for a punch or a kick and go for a punch instead, or instead of going for the punch that I was about to go for, I'll kick you somewhere low instead. So make it look like I'm about to punch you like with an overhand, and kind of like at the feint, and then last second I'll switch and hit you with the hardest fucking leg kick I can put down, because you're not going to be defending that leg. And then after I've hit you with that leg kick, I'll go for that punch that I was just about to telegraph to you, because you're not going to be expecting that. You're going to be expecting another leg kick. That's how I was trained. You go for one area and then go for the next. You just chop them down, because then someone's not going to be expecting you to come from multiple different angles and to fake in a fight too.
You can't block everything at once. Well, I guess I shouldn't say can't, but the likelihood of blocking everything at once is slim to none.
But I think my favourite feint that I've ever done to someone, I made it look like I was going to do a straight Superman punch to try and get him in the forehead or something like that. And he's like moved inwards closer to me to try and like soften the blow, because that's the only way. If someone Superman punches you, trying to move out of their range is kind of a stupid idea, because you're increasing the distance that their punch can spread across. Because I can Superman punch and leap probably about nearly 6 foot, so I can connect someone from 6 foot away if they really aren't aware of me doing, like, I'm about to do that. So like someone moving back is stupid. So this guy knew how to fight, so he moved forwards into it, which is the smartest thing you can do, because you can actually move downwards and shrug them over your shoulder, or deaden their strike by actually moving your shoulder underneath their arm and catch them out in the middle of the action and actually push upwards. That way you'll have their arm locked in the middle of the action, and you can actually just pick them up and have them in a crucifix over the back of your neck, and then basically throw them down onto the ground. But no, this dude, I knew he knew how to fight when he was doing that. So in the last second, I've changed the fucking straight punch to a downwards fucking like almost 90-degree coming down blow, dude. Connected straight to his fucking nose, broke it, bro. Damn. He wasn't expecting me to like cut it downwards.
I'm not sure if I'm here or not.
Alright, go to the sign, let me know.
It's dark, of course, so I can't see shit.
I'll come back over to Daisy anyway. Getting bored.